Most people think that if they were disciplined or had discipline, then everything would be amazing. But that's just not the case. There is no actual stage that you become disciplined or that the end line is discipline. It's a choice that you make and continually make every single day. Discipline is the art of just showing up. It's the ability to say, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because it will benefit me in the long run. It's doing things when you don't feel like doing them, but doing them anyway. It's doing things you don't want to do when you don't feel like doing them. And I heard this quote online or in a book somewhere, and it says, you have two choices in life. You have the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Pain of discipline being that you have to put in the hard work, you have to do the hard tasks when you don't feel like it, and it will eventually get you towards your goal, but you're going to have to go through hardship to get there. Successful people are not made on the good days when they perform well. They're made on those days when they don't feel like doing things and they do them anyway. They get out of bed at 5 a.m. when that alarm clock rings. They don't hit snooze. They get up and they do stuff. They don't do things based on their feelings. The pain of regret being, if I don't do this now, then I'm going to feel like crap and feel tired for the rest of the day, so it's not going to get done. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the 7 key habits that you can use to build your discipline. Habit number 1 is going to be learning, creating, and then progressing. Humans were put on this earth to create and create new things and be creative in their mind and their day-to-day life. We were not meant to consume and take in all this information. Like with social media, I'm taking that as an example. With social media, we're always consuming and taking in information instead of putting out information and being creative, expressing how we feel, things like this. That's what humans were meant to do on this earth. Creating new things allows us to express our emotions through different ways, and so people see things through different lenses, allowing us to pretty much share everything and give people a different perspective on our view. Many benefits to creating, including it's going to boost your self-confidence and self-esteem. It's going to help you feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. It's also going to help you feel happier in the moment because you're expressing your feelings and how you feel. And it also allows people to develop understandings from different points of view that you might have. They may differ from another person. Learning new things allows us to progress from different stages and stops us from staying stagnant. It gives our brains something to strive for and achieve. Think of learning like exercise for the brain. It's pretty much working the brain and training the brain to take in knowledge and grow as a individual, and it's pretty much like exercise for the brain. That's what learning is. There are many forms of learning, and here are 3 that I just thought of. Number 1 is reading. Number 2, communicating and sharing. And number 3, your personal experience. All of these things are different forms of learning, where reading, you're taking in information taught by someone else. Communicating and sharing, you're discussing different points of view and kind of manipulating how you think about things. And the third one was personal experience. You learn from your mistakes and your past. So I want you to use learning and creating day by day to progress gradually over time. Habit number 2 is going to be small wins. What does this mean? It pretty much means using the small wins to fuel the bigger wins in your day. So I want to give you an example to help you understand, and that's going to be making your bed. So most people get up in the morning and they don't make their bed, and that can lead to no momentum throughout the day and just feeling tired and lazy. But if you do make your bed, that is considered a small win, as you've done a simple, easy, small task to get the day started, and that can help fuel your bigger wins, like going for a run, reading a book, or whatever. A much harder task that you may not have done otherwise if you hadn't have made your bed. It's kind of like stepping stones, making your beds down here, and it helps you to climb the steps up to that bigger task. Celebrating the small wins gives you a sense of pride and achievement, and it helps you build momentum and fuel the bigger wins to complete the bigger tasks that are going to be more productive. Use the small wins to start your day and start building motivation and momentum to carry on throughout your day. I also want to give you another example of this from two sides of the story. So say if there was one person who got up, they checked their phone, scrolled on social media for half an hour, got up, had a shower, came back to their phone, did whatever. They checked their phone for like 45 minutes within the first hour of the day. Now, you don't want to do this because you're not building that momentum that you could have otherwise been doing. So on the other hand, if you got up, made your bed, had a shower, had breakfast, and then started your first task of the day, you've already done an extra 3 things at least in the first hour of the day, rather than checking your phone and wasting your time. By making your bed, you're building that momentum and getting the ball rolling for the rest of the day. Habit number 3 is going to be climb the mountain first. So what does this mean? It means that I want you to tackle the biggest task in your day first thing in the morning. I know it's going to suck, it's going to be hard, but in the end, for the rest of the day is going to be downhill. If you climb that mountain first thing in the morning, the rest of the day is downhill. So everything's going to be easier than that first task. So if you have that cold shower, if you go for a run in the morning, you're getting the hardest task over and done with in the morning. And this is going to help you feel like the other tasks that you need to get done are a lot easier, and you don't have that weight on your back of that task for the rest of the day. By doing this on top of the small wins, which was the previous habit, by doing this technique, you're going to increase your chances of success, and you're going to feel more motivated because you've already completed the biggest task. Everything else is going to feel like a smaller task, and it's not going to be as hard for you to complete it. Habit number 4 is going to be choosing discipline over pleasure. Again, what does this mean? I want you to choose to do the discipline tasks before you do the pleasurable tasks. Things like reading, journaling, running, studying, whatever your productive tasks are, I want you to do them first, and then after you can watch Netflix, scroll on social media, whatever you want to do in that time. This is going to make you more productive throughout your day, and if you flip those around and did your pleasurable tasks first, you're much less likely to do the productive tasks and to a lesser standard because you've already scrolled on social media. So your brain already knows there's an easier task that can be done instead of doing the studying, the writing, the running, etc. Don't go watching Netflix before you hit the gym, or don't go scrolling on social media before you start your homework. Putting things off like this will lead to inconsistencies in the long run and less progress in the long run. You need to start doing things based on discipline and not your feelings. If you're doing things based on your emotions and your feelings, then you're letting them control you. You need to take back control of your emotions and say, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be productive in this moment right now instead of doing something else. You need to do the hard things for yourself because no one else is going to do them for you. Habit number 5 is going to be consistency is the biggest key to success. Without this exact thing, you won't achieve anything, nothing at all. Because progress is not built in 1 hour or overnight. It's over days, weeks, months, and even years of practice, refining your skills, and this is how discipline and success is made. Need to set a long-term plan, not a short one, because success is in the long run, it's not in the short run. Short run will lead to burnout and it will be unsustainable because you're pushing yourself too hard, too early. You need to be gradual in your process. The long run will be not as fast progress at the start, but it will lead to better and longer lasting results in the end. An example of this is if you go to the gym for 1 week and you do 2-hour workouts. That's going to lead to a lot of burnout because you're going too much and training too hard at the start. But if I was to go to the gym for 45 minutes for 4 days a week, instead of doing 2 hours every single day of that week, This is a lot better, more sustainable to continue in the long run. Habit number 6 is going to be focus on how far you've come, not how far you've got to go. Looking back on your past success or your past self can help motivate you and inspire you to keep going in the future. There are 2 things that will help motivate you, and I'm about to list these 2 things. You'll either look back on yourself and feel pride and that you've come so far since that stage, or you'll look back and think, man, I'm still the same person. What can I do to change? What can I do to make myself a better person the next time I look back how far I've come? It's always important to remind ourselves of this and how far we've come instead of always wanting more. Habit number 7 is focus on things that are important to you. Your goals and ambitions must be derived from your passion, not someone else's. If you reach a point of success in your life, but then realize that you did it for someone else and not yourself, and that you're not happy, your success won't last for very long. True success is found by pursuing your passion and enjoying the journey along the way, and then your success will last for a much longer time. Make your own success story out of your passion. If you want to do something, go ahead and do it. Don't listen to other people's opinions about why you shouldn't do it or why it was so bad. Just give it a go for yourself and see if you like it, because your opinion might differ from theirs. Focus on the activities and tasks that you actually want to do, not what someone else wants you to do. Ultimately, all of these habits are going to help you build your discipline. However, they are hard habits to complete every single day. It will take hard work, pain, and it's going to be worth it in the long run if you can stay consistent with it. Start is going to be the hardest part. You're gonna have to start, wake up every single morning, do things that you don't want to do, and then repeat it over a long period of time to eventually see your success. Discipline isn't something you feel or you become. It's something that you build over time and constantly doing things that you don't want to do because no one else is going to do them for you, and you're not doing things based on your emotions. And from there, you'd pretty much just go on autopilot. You get up and just get it done. It doesn't ever become easier, you just get better. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching this YouTube video. I hope you got tremendous value from it. If you did, hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Click here to watch my latest video. See you later.